On this edition of GameZcape, brought to you by FuncoLand, the video game wars are about to get even more interesting as Nintendo joins the battlefield. Is the GameCube worth your attention and money? Find out in our sneak peek. Plus, if you've been having a hard time with SSX for the PlayStation 2, boy, do we have a super cheat for you. All that and more coming up on GameZcape, brought to you by FuncoLand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of GameZcape, brought to you by FuncoLand. I'm Callie. Now that the holiday is past, you'll find a lot of folks are huddling around their favorite new toy. But as we enter the new year, it's time to start thinking about the future. And just when things were starting to quiet down, we turned the hype gauge toward Nintendo and the GameCube. Here's a sneak peek.
Nintendo, the leader in the $7 billion video game industry, opened new worlds of video gameplay at Spaceworld's trade in Tokyo by simultaneously unveiling the new Nintendo GameCube and the portable Game Boy Advance.
Today's a monumental day for Nintendo as it reaffirmed its singular commitment to the future of the video game industry. We introduced two powerful new platforms, Nintendo GameCube, cutting-edge technology for the TV console area, and Game Boy Advance, the best and most significant upgrade in handheld gaming ever.
While each system will be powerful in its category, they've been designed to work together, providing a gameplay experience that is unprecedented and totally unique to Nintendo.
And to me, that was really blew me away was the controllers for GameCube, both the Miyamoto designed controller with two analog sticks with a built-in rumble pack, with the traditional Nintendo D-pad controller, and then using the Game Boy Advance, up to 4 of them as the controller for the GameCube.
Nintendo's GameCube sets new technical standards in a compact 6x6x4.3 transportable housing and plays cutting-edge games on an optical disc only 3 inches in diameter. The console features a highly customized 405 MHz central processor from IBM, a revolutionary graphics coprocessor, and one of the largest implementations of static memory in consumer product history. This combined engineering creates the fastest and most efficient video game system ever brought to market. Nintendo's 2 new game systems will work together in a variety of ways to offer a continuous transportable form of interactive entertainment.
The product that Nintendo unveiled here today, the Nintendo GameCube, is clearly a Ferrari designed to deliver better performance as a pure gaming machine.
Xbox and PS2 talk about how they're going to do it all. And in fact, one of the most interesting figures is that the Matrix DVD is the best, selling tie-in to PS2, not a game. And that's fine if you want to be a DVD player, but if you want to play games, again, more isn't better. Better is better.
The 32-bit Game Boy Advance is the successor to the Game Boy franchise, which has already sold more than 100 million systems worldwide, boasts a 50% bigger screen, 60% more resolution, and a processor that runs 17 times faster than Game Boy Color. It's capable of displaying 32,000 colors simultaneously, and with a special cable, up to 4 machines can be linked for full 4-player action. The Game Boy Advance unit doubles as a personal controller for Nintendo's GameCube, and games can be created to allow data transfer in either direction for both systems. Additional accessories for both systems can connect players to the internet or each other to exchange data, post scores, download characters, and head-to-head play. Game Boy Advance will be available in Japan in March of 2001, and in North America and Europe in July. The GameCube arrives in the U.S., you guessed it, next October. Look out.
In terms of consistently impressive games, no company even comes close to Nintendo. It'll be interesting to see if the Big N's tried and true formula for success translates to the next generation. And speaking of the next generation, no game better typifies the marvels of the 128-bit world quite like Shenmue for the Sega Dreamcast. Need proof? Here's our review.
You're looking at one of the most hyped and most expensive games ever made. This is Shenmue for the Sega Dreamcast, and the world that it creates is so authentic, you may end up applying for citizenship. The most incredible aspect of Shenmue is that the environment around you is the largest ever put together for a video game, and it's all completely explorable. In other words, while walking down the street, you can stop and enter any restaurant, grocery store, or even apartment dwelling. While there, you can explore every section right down to opening up a few sock drawers. You'll also be struck by the number of people that populate the streets. These characters aren't just for show. Each one has a quote-unquote real life, meaning that you could conceivably follow them from sunup to sunset and watch them make all of their stops throughout the day. The most incredible aspect about these virtual citizens is that they have everyday lives that have absolutely nothing to do with the plot or outcome of the game. In fact, you can spend most of your time just watching people do their job. This is virtual voyeurism at its best, and it's completely legal. Which leads to another mind-boggling feature in the game. Shenmue keeps a running clock time that is impeccably realistic. The day begins with a crisp, bright sunrise that leads to a sunny and vivid midday. The world continues to dissolve into breathtaking sunsets that flow effortlessly to the thick of night. The best part is that these transitions aren't there to simply amaze you. They play a part in the gameplay. In a nutshell, the Shenmue world is regulated by the time of day. For example, certain stores and restaurants won't be open if you visit an area too late in the evening. Visiting places at the right time will be crucial to the outcome of the game. The main character in Shenmue is a teenager named Ryo. The story begins when Ryo witnesses the murder of his father at the hands of a mysterious assassin with some serious martial arts skill. The incident is made even more intriguing by the fact that there appeared to be a past connection between the assassin and Ryo's father. Immediately after his father's death, Ryo sets out on a mission of discovery and revenge. The problem is that unraveling the mystery is more than a notion. Every character that you encounter can be talked to along your way, and you'll need to do just that in order to get clues about the murder and why it happened.
On the day of the incident, did you see some men in black suits?
In black suits? No, I didn't. But I did see a cat, though.
The gameplay in Shenmue is part mystery, part discovery, and part action. The action is an aspect that is really unique. This is because it takes place in two different forms. The first and most immediate action style is the battle mode. This is similar to a typical fighting game. The gameplay here is fast and hectic, and a lot of times Ryo will take on more than one brawler. Don't worry though, he comes equipped with enough moves to make Jackie Chan proud. As Ryo progresses through the adventure, he's taught new ones as well. The second form of action is referred to as quick timer events, or QTEs. These events are choreographed action sequences that can only be completed successfully if you hit the appropriate flashing button at the appropriate time. These events are well done and are surprisingly addictive to try to execute. The button pressing frenzy will definitely take some getting used to, but the payoff is well worth it. The best way to enjoy Shenmue is to approach it like a virtual tour of an incredible world and a chance to meet a wide variety of people. Shenmue is an experience and an adventure, and a game that really displays the power of the Sega Dreamcast. Don't go away. GameZcape, brought to you by FuncoLand, will be back in a moment.
You stay at FuncoLand, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yes!